Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to Affairscloud, Learn to Lead. My name is Vikas Rana. So students, we have an app by the name Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. This application is a one-stop solution for all the students who are preparing for government exams. This application is valid just for the Android users. Once you have downloaded the application, you can go and log in through your Gmail ID, and once you have logged in, you will be moved on to this page where you can see the various courses that are offered by us. To avail this course, you can use a code that is crack10 to get an additional 10% discount on the purchase you make. If we talk about the course, why this course is so important, how you will be benefiting through this course. If you see, we provide current affairs on the daily basis, on weekly basis, as well as monthly basis. On daily basis, we will be providing you with PDFs of the content of that particular day. Apart from this, you will be getting a quiz on your application that will be of 20 questions quiz on daily basis that will help you in boosting your preparation. Apart from that, on weekly, you will be getting a 50 questions quiz for your preparation, as well as if you see, you will also get a PDF that will contain all the important compiled news, current affairs of that particular week. And similarly, for monthly, you will be getting a top 100 questions PDF of that whole month. That is very important PDF and will be covering the most important news of that particular month. Alright, apart from this, we also cover banking awareness. All the banking aspirants, those who are preparing for bank exams, will absolutely love our course because we cover almost 99.99% of the syllabus of your bank exams. Here you will see we will also provide with quizzes as well as the PDFs. Apart from this, if you see the topic wise, for example, there are multiple questions that are related to obituary, important days, who won which event, who was awarded with which award. So all these topics that are related to your GS also or GK, such as apps and web portals, these are the current affairs that are important days, your books and authors, the new applications that were launched, new government schemes that were launched by the government, or your international affairs or your national affairs. All these topics, there are 20 such topics of which we are providing the PDF, as well as we teach on YouTube, where you can go and check our channel and you will be surprised that the content that we are providing is absolutely amazing. Alright, so this will be helping you to boost your preparation in the long term. This YouTube channel, you can go and subscribe to our channel, that is your Affairscloud, that will help you for your revision purpose also. Apart from this, we cover the state current affairs also. Here you can see the current affairs and all these content that we provide you that are bilingual. That means we provide you in English as well as both in Hindi also. Alright, so all the students who are from the Hindi language will also be benefited through our course. Also friends, you can purchase our course for 2 years. Alright, also for 1 year. If the students have exam or they are planning for the long term and they want to study for 2 years and they are expecting to give exam after 1 year, then they can opt for 2 years. As well as if the student is planning to give exam next year, then they can go for the 1 year course also. So these are the two types of courses that are available by us. In the end friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue. Hello friends, how are you all? So in today's video friends, we will be discussing important current affairs of the topic defense of the May month. The session will be very important. Let's start with our video. Apart from this friends, you can follow me on Instagram and you can ask questions or any queries that you have related to the government exam preparation. Before moving on to the topic wise of defense, we will be discussing some current affairs that are important. Which government agency is responsible for protecting India's critical information infrastructure? Which is it? It is your NCIIPC. What is this? What does it stands for? It stands for National Critical Information Infrastructure Protection Center. This is a nodal agency that is responsible for protecting India's critical information infrastructure. This was established in 2014 under the section 70A of the IT Act of 2000. Alright, also remember it is a part of NTRO. What is NTRO? NTRO is your National Technical Research Organization, that is an intelligence agency under NSA. So remember this NCIIPC is also a part of NTRO. Next question. Emancipation Proclamation, which was mentioned in news recently, it is related to what? This is related to end of slavery. If you remember, former US President Abraham Lincoln, he recently he issued this Emancipation Proclamation on 1st of January in the year 1863. It was to free African Americans in the secessionist Confederate States from slavery. That means to make people free from slavery, or you can say end slavery. This term Emancipation Proclamation was used. Next, Interstate Council was established under which article of Indian Constitution? I repeat, Interstate Council was established under the article of which Indian Constitution? It was your article 263. If I ask you, Hindi is our official language of India, or official, not our, Hindi is official language of India. This comes under article 343. If it is asked right to compulsory education, this came under which act? It was under article 45. Alright, moving on. UNESCO King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa Prize was recently recognition to workers done in which of the following fields? So this award, that was UNESCO's King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa Prize, gives recognition to work done in which particular field? This is the question asked here. So in the field of information and communication technology, that is your ICT, this particular award, that is your UNESCO King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa Prize, is given. Important, you have to remember. So correct option here, option D. Also remember, this prize or the use of information and communication technology to improve this, or to, as we know, all around the world we are saying digitization. That means now we are more shifting to online. Even now recent news was that Delhi government will be shifting their transfer of important papers or important data from one ministry to another ministry, or from one department to another department, will be done digitally. What is the reason? Because now we are shifting to digital era. So similar, this award you should remember, UNESCO King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa Prize, this was given, or this award is basically given in the field of ICT. This was established in the year 2005 with the help of Kingdom of Bahrain. You have to remember this also. Alright, from the Kingdom of Bahrain. Moving on. Next, which wildlife sanctuary is location of India's first ever dark sky reserve? Which is it? It is your Changthang Wildlife Sanctuary. This Changthang Wildlife Sanctuary is it is going to become a dark sky reserve. Dark sky reserve. Alright, this will help in, when this will be termed as this your dark sky reservatory, what will happen is tourism will start flourishing here. That means tourism sector will flourish. Similarly, it is an observatory, is the wildlife sanctuary. Alright, as the sky will be dark, that means there will be no pollution in the sky, due to which the stars will be easily visible. There will be no pollution, and there will be no light pollution also. In order to see stars, in order to see the universe, we should have no light pollution, because light pollution also hinders the light coming from the stars to earth. So these are the some things which will help in this, in the research work also. Alright, so the correct option is Changthang Wildlife Sanctuary. Moving on. And where this will be? Yes, location is Ladakh. Next, now we'll shift to the news part. First, we are talking about NATO. NATO has conducted massive war games, Steadfast Defender 2021. So another, apart from Defender Europe, then apart from Lock Shield, then apart from multiple other cyber defense security corporations, this is the exercise of NATO, that is Steadfast Defender 2021. NATO, that is your North Atlantic Treaty Organization, is conducting war games, that is Steadfast Defender 2021. They will be from May to June 2021. Also, majority of these exercises will be taken place in Germany, Portugal and Romania. As we know, what is the objective? To improve the ability of the allied forces to move quickly across the Atlantic and Europe to protect each other if needed, if the need arises. Why? Because we are seeing aggression from Russia, and Russia already have invaded on Ukraine. All right, apart from this, there was an exercise Locked Shields. What was this? This was a cyber security exercise. In this, where was this exercise conducted, this cyber security exercise? It was in Estonia. Moving on, next we are talking about CORPAT. See, CORPAT. Remember, COR is your CORPAT, that is your coordinated patrol. PAT is for patrol. So coordinated patrol, this exercise was recently conducted between Indian Navy and Bangladesh Navy. This was a coordinated patrol exercise that took place in the northern Bay of Bengal. So as I have told you, to some few things that you have to remember regarding when we are studying any defense exercise is the addition of which, here the addition is the fourth edition of this CORPAT exercise. What is the full form of this exercise? Coordinated patrol. This was conducted between which two countries, or between the forces of which two countries? It is Indian Navy and Bangladesh. And then I always ask you to remember the location, that is your northern Bay of Bengal, because these are the only thing an examiner will be asking you in an objective type of paper, which is your MCQ format. He won't be asking you what type of ship was used, describe that ship, or what would be the length of that ship, but direct MCQ will be given. If you know these 3 to 4 points about a particular topic, then the questions will be very easy for you. All right, so as I told you, this was the fourth edition of, that was the fourth edition. It was between Indian Navy and Bangladesh Navy. What is this? This is CORPAT. And where was this conducted? This was conducted in the northern Bay of Bengal. So these are the four things that you should remember. Next, here then you have to also remember the name of the ships that took part. These are also one of the important things that you have to pay attention. From Indian side, it was your Indian naval ship Kora. And apart from this, there was a Sumedha, that is an offshore patrol vessel, that is your OPV. So remember these two. Then from Bangladesh side, it was your Bangladesh naval ship Ali Haider and Bangladesh navy ship Abu Ubaid. So these were the two Bangladeshi navy ship, that is your BNS, and INS is your Indian naval ship. Next, then similarly, here we saw this exercise coordinated patrol was between Indian Navy and Bangladesh Navy. Similarly, remember there was another exercise that was conducted between Indian Navy and Bangladesh Navy only, that was Bongo Sagar. Highly important. And what was the location? This was also conducted in the northern part of Bay of Bengal, Bongo Sagar. Alright, here you can see it was consist of harbor phase as well as sea phase, and the sea phase was conducted in the northern Bay of Bengal. This was, as I told you to remember the edition also, this is the third edition of this exercise of Bongo Sagar, and where was this conducted? In the northern Bay of Bengal. Moving on, next we will be talking about Brahmos supersonic cruise missile. If you talk about Brahmos, it is a joint venture between India and Russia. Which was the first country to procure Brahmos supersonic cruise missiles from India? It was your Philippines. Then if we talk about this Brahmos supersonic missile, which Indian Air Force spacecraft or which Indian Air Force aircraft launched or tested the Brahmos supersonic cruise missile? It was tested by the fighter jet, that is your Sukhoi 30 Mark 1. It can also be written as Su-30 Mk1, so don't get confused. Alright, so this is thing that you need to remember, Brahmos supersonic cruise missile. Next, we will be talking about Isro has recently successfully tested the human-rated S-200 rocket booster for 2023 Gaganyaan mission. So remember, Isro, that is your Indian Space Research Organization, completed the static test of human-rated solid rocket booster, that is HS-200, and HS is your human rated solid rocket, where this test was conducted at Satish Dhawan Space Center, that is at Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh, for its Gaganyaan mission. Next, Next, we are talking about NASA. Okay, if we are talking about NASA, James Webb Space Telescope is also of NASA. Just remember this. NASA launches the Endurance mission to probe Earth's life supporting nature. What is it? NASA, that is your National Aeronautics and Space Administration, has launched this what mission? Endurance mission. So they won't be asking that NASA launched which mission. The question will be directly asked that Endurance mission is a space mission of which space organization. So it is of NASA. All right, next we are talking about flying cars and drones. Recently we discussed that the first airport for flying cars and drones were opened in which location? In which country was it opened? It was opened in United Kingdom. First airport that will be specifically targeting flying cars and drones. Then here you can see what is the name of it. It is Air One. Air One, you have to remember, this is an first airport for flying cars as well as drones that was opened in the city of Coventry of England, UK. Moving on, next we are talking about Indian Navy. Indian Navy has recently successfully tested fired a naval anti-ship missile. So direct question will be asked that which force of India recently tested an anti-ship missile that was tested by Indian Navy. Here you can see Indian Navy in association with DRDO successfully tested fired the first indigenously developed naval anti-ship missile from Seeking 42B helicopter at the integrated test range Balasore in Odisha. So see, remember this Seeking 42B helicopter. Alright, Seeking 42B helicopter. As we know, we remember the name of Sukhoi 30 Mark 1 fighter jet. Why? Because this tested the Brahmos Supersonic cruise missile. So now it is your naval anti-ship missile that was tested from what helicopter? It is Seeking 42B helicopter tested this naval anti-ship missile. And from where this was tested? It was tested at integrated test range in Balasore location at Odisha. Next we are talking about Hansa NG. India's first indigenous trainer aircraft Hansa NG successfully completed the engine relight test in air. This is NG here stands for new generation. Alright, that means it is the new generation of Hansa aircraft. So the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, that is your CSIR, and its department, that is your National Aerospace Laboratories, designed and developed this Hansa NG, that is India's first indigenously trained aircraft that is of new generation two-seater flying trainer aircraft that was has successfully completed the in-flight engine relight test at the aeronautical test range facility, that is at DRDO at Chitrung district of Karnataka. So directly remember, it was the CSIR department, and the department is NAL that designed and developed this Hansa NG. This is the thing I want you to remember. Alright, question will be asked that Hansa NG was developed by whom? It was developed by CSIR, and if that too in option it is given NL, then go for the option with CSIR NAL. If you talk about the CSIR, where is the headquarter? The headquarter is in New Delhi. Next we will be talking about a new engine that was recently tested for Vikram One launch vehicle. So it is your Skyroot has recently successfully tested the engine, that is Kalam 100. Important, you have to remember the name of the company also that successfully tested it and developed it, and the name of the engine also that you have to remember that was recently tested. Then you have to remember this Vikram One also. This is a launch vehicle in which this Kalam 100 will be implemented. So Kalam 100 was recently successfully tested by which organization for Vikram One launch vehicle? It was your Skyroot Aerospace. It is Skyroot Aerospace. Alright, here you can see all the things that you need to remember, and these are mainly. Yes, one more thing you can remember, that Skyroot Aerospace is a based which location based company? It is Hyderabad based location company, and they have successfully tested this solid fuse based engine Kalam 100. Next, we will be talking about Sagar mission. What is Sagar IX? Sagar IX was a mission that was recently started by India to help the neighboring nations or to help the littoral states. Littoral states are those states that have ocean in their bodies, or that you can say they have ocean with their in reach. Alright, so recently this Sagar IX mission was launched by Indian Navy or by Government of India to help the Sri Lanka to provide it with the medical aid. In order to provide medical aid such as medicines during the lockdown period we are talking about. medical aids were provided. So under this special Sagar X mission, you have to remember that critical medical aids were provided to Sri Lanka with the help of an Indian naval ship, and the name of which you have to remember, it is your INS Gadial. This was the naval ship that took medical aid from India to Sri Lanka under this Sagar IX mission. Next, we will be talking about INS Vikrant, that is India's first indigenously developed aircraft carrier. Highly important. First indigenously developed aircraft carrier. And what is the name of this? This is INS Vikrant. This will be now delivered to the Indian Navy. So, who has constructed this? This has been constructed by Cochin Shipyards Limited. Highly important. Question will be direct and simple, that which organization constructed it, or it was developed by Cochin Shipyards Limited. To whom this will be delivered? It will be delivered to Indian Navy. Then it can be asked why it is important. What is the reason this is important, that you have to remember that because it is India's first indigenous aircraft carrier, that is INS Vikrant. Alright, and it will be delivered to Indian Navy, and it will be delivered and it will be commissioned on 15th of August 2022. Who constructed it? It was constructed by Cochin Shipyards Limited. Apart from this, if I ask you Zircon, this is a missile of which country? Of Russia. Iron Beam, it is of Israel. Then if I ask you short range ballistic missile Prithvi, 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 that too Prithvi second edition. Where was this successfully recently tested? It was tested at Odisha. Alright, then if I ask you, tell me, recently a festival was celebrated by the name Unmesh. This festival Unmesh, what is it and where was this celebrated? This was celebrated in Himachal Pradesh, and this Unmesh is basically your international literary festival. This is your international literary festival that you have to remember. Alright, Unmesh, by the name Unmesh. And where was this celebrated? In Himachal Pradesh, and it was a 3-day long festival that was celebrated in Himachal Pradesh by the name Unmesh. Then tell me, who inaugurated the Industrial Decarbonization Summit? Or tell me the location where was this held. Industrial Decarbonization Summit for the year 2022. Where was this held? This was held in New Delhi. And who inaugurated it? It was inaugurated by Nitin Gadkari ji. Nitin Gadkari ji inaugurated it. Then tell me, which state became the largest state in outstanding microfinance loan? In the outstanding microfinance loan, which state became the top, or which was the largest state? It was your Tamil Nadu. Then tell me, which city of Maharashtra will be hosting the first theatre festival dedicated to mental health? First theatre festival that is specifically dedicated or based on the theme of mental health. I have given you enough help for this particular, that is from Maharashtra I am saying. So you have to understand that it is in which city? City is Pune. Maharashtra will be hosting the first theatre festival based on mental health. Then recently, who inaugurated the National Yoga Olympiad? When was it? Oh, who inaugurated it? Our Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan ji. International Yoga Day, when was it observed? On 21st of June we observed International Yoga Day. Then tell me, Center for Brain Research was recently inaugurated at what location? This Center for Brain Research was inaugurated at IISc Bangalore. Where is this? It is in Karnataka. And who inaugurated it? It was inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. Next, which is the 36th state to implement One Nation, One Ration Card? It is your Assam. Assam became the 36th state to implement One Nation, One Ration Card scheme. Also remember, there is heavy flooding going on in Assam right now. So let's pray for all the students and the people and their friends or families there that they are safe. Next, if I ask you, which is the country that first time participated in the NATO summit? It was your Japan. Japan for the first time ever participated in the NATO summit. Then recently, Haryana has recently signed a corporation, or you can say they signed a joint declaration on water corporation. On water corporation, not corporation, corporation. Right, so students, sometimes it's happen when you are teaching in the flow, corporation becomes corporation. So please understand, but I'll take care of it. So Haryana, which along with which country Haryana signed this water corporation? It was signed by Israel along with Haryana. So which is the country? Israel. And if you remember, Israel was also the country which was helping India to develop villages of excellence in India. Alright, next. Then remember, China has recently launched their third aircraft carrier. Which is the name of this third aircraft carrier? It is Fujian. Fujian is the third aircraft carrier that was launched by China, and China also launched the biggest electric vehicle cruise ship. Biggest electric vehicle cruise ship. Then recently China only became the largest importer. China is importing broken rice, that is Indian broken rice. You have to remember this. So China became the largest importer of the Indian broken rice. You have to remember this. Then if we talk about China only, 14th BRICS summit. This 14th BRICS summit will be held where? It will be held in China only, and that too in Beijing. Even there was a news recently that BRICS is planning to launch their own currency, that is own reserve currency, that will help that will have INR, that is your Indian rupees, Russian ruble and Chinese yuan. So it's just a news. Let's see what happens in future, but still you have to remember this. Then another news that you have to remember, that Pakistan will continue to stay in the FATF. In FATF's grey list. And we know what is a grey list, that terror or the country that finance terror are put into this grey list. Then if tell me, 12th edition of this ministerial conference of WTO, where was this held? This was held in Geneva. If I ask you about the World Economic Forum Summit, where was it held? It was held in Davos, Switzerland. And who was the Indian delegation? Piyush Goyal. Next, tell me, NATO summit, not NATO, Quad summit. Where was the Quad summit held recently? Quad summit was hosted by which country? It was hosted by Japan. Tokyo, Japan hosted this Quad summit for the this time. And which are the countries that are member of this Quad? India, USA, Australia and Japan. Quad countries conduct Malabar exercise. Next, if I ask you, tell me, global skill report. We are talking about the global skill report that was released by Coursera. Coursera is an online platform. Basically, if you remember it, or you can say it is an edtech platform that provides various courses and certified courses also. So it can help you in enhancing your skill. So global skill report was recently released by Coursera, in which the rank of India was 68th, and the country that was on the top is your Switzerland. Alright, also remember now, Indian hospital has signed an agreement with a hospital of Bangladesh to develop a hospital there. Alright, so Apollo Hospital of India signed an agreement with the Imperial Hospital of Bangladesh to develop hospitals there. Alright, apart from this, friends, if I'm asking you regarding some question regarding sports. So, which country will be hosting the FIFA World Cup? FIFA World Cup for the year 2026. Which country will be hosting this FIFA World Cup 2026? It will be Los Angeles, Toronto, and Mexico City. They have been named among the various cities that will be hosting this FIFA World Cup 2026. Alright, so just remember the name of the cities: Los Angeles, Toronto, and Mexico. Then, if we talk about KUORTANE, Cotton Games. Cotton Games, they were held in Finland. Why I'm telling you about this Cotton Games? Because here Neeraj Chopra has won his first gold medal for the year 2022 in Cotton Games that was held in Finland. Alright, next. That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at Affairscloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is Affairscloud_official. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number, that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.